Hello, I'm Doug and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we're at Brie-Like cheese number 16 where we're looking at this craft creamery production called Green Hill from Sweetgrass Dairy. So this is a double creme brie type cheese, soft ripened double cream cow's milk cheese, it says here. And I've had it out of the fridge for an hour or two and it's very soft and squishy. And I see a white rind on the outside, which tells me Penicillium candidum. So there's a nice cow on the front. They don't have a lot of other labeling, marketing. Oh well, Martin Wine Cellar has put their sticker all over the back, so I can't tell. But we're going to break into this and taste it and see what we can find out about it. So if the Green Hill label's on it, Martin Wine did not package it. Let's see, there is more information though here. Sell by 6/19/21, which is a week in the future. Okay, here it comes. Boom. There we go. It's definitely got a white rind. Yeah, we'll be able to work with this. I'm going to cut it in half. Oh, very soft. Ooh. Very yellow on the inside. That's a good thing. Oh yeah. Definitely a very yellow interior. Very white, sturdy rind. It's not real thick. But we will be tasting and smelling what we can here and tell you all about it. So if you like the videos that you've been seeing here on this series or any other series that we do, please give this video a thumbs up and leave comments and questions down below and subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified when new videos come out, usually on Mondays. So I'm going to be putting this on a piece of flatbread first, and wow, it's going to be a pretty big piece too. It's very soft, squishy. It's almost like butter. It's that kind of softness. The rind is a little tougher, so there's two toughness levels here. But there, I folded it over, stuck it on, and you can see how yellow it is. The wine is definitely right. The rind is definitely white and full of that mold. It gives a mushroomy flavor. So this cracker half is loaded with this Green Hill cheese from Sweetgrass Dairy. Oh, I'm smelling a mustiness. Halfway to a wet dog smell. Something like wet hay, wet grass. Something that's been cut and no longer living. And tomorrow it's going to smell sour and rotted. But not today. It's just halfway there. Okay, let's go. Soft, buttery. Enough salt that I can go salt. The tartness or brightness, it's not real loud, but it's in there. So I like it. There's dairy notes. A mushroomy character from the rind organism. And plenty of lactic brightness or tartness. It doesn't strike me as sour, it's just bright. Maybe towards the lemony realm, maybe towards citrus, but it doesn't scream acid or sour milk or anything that's spoiled. It's rich, it's full. Very good. Better than the average brie. So it's a U.S. domestic product, and I'll have a link to their website and this particular product down below. Probably didn't research it ahead of time. I saw it at a store, I knew what that was, and I grabbed it for this series. Very soft. Oh wow, this is great. The flavors are accentuated by being at room temperature. If you leave it cold, you don't get everything. Let it go warm up for an hour or two, and you will get almost everything. So it smells very dairy, slightly fusty and funky. It's always there. Excellent example of a double creme brie, or Brie-Like cheese, which is not listed in Liz Thorpe's book, The Book of Cheese, which does list an awful lot of the cheeses that we're tasting here. It's been my guide for many of the Brie-Like cheeses that we've been tasting, but this particular one, Green Hill, is in the... Okay, correction. Green Hill from Sweetgrass Dairy is right there on page 78. How careless of me to overlook this. Okay, she says it's yellow, it's creamy and thick, and eventually, after weeks and weeks more aging, it will break down into an almost fluid goo, so it gets more liquidy. So that's a very classic behavior of Brie-Like cheeses. So I should have researched a little bit more and found it in my main reference. Here it is on a corn cracker called Good Thins. Great combination. Buttery and corny. And I don't know what else could beat that combination. I'll try it again. Oh, that works in so many different ways. Cracker's a little salty, cheese is a little salty, a little funky. Okay, I'm going on a fairly bland wheat cracker. Stoned wheat thins. I think there's little specks of something. I assume it's wheat. Maybe just a cracked wheat type thing. But there's not much in the recipe. I don't know why they're stoned. The cheese is the saltier partner. Good combination of dairy and grain. The cracker's fairly bland and the cheese is pretty vocal. So I'm liking everything about this. It is a great example of a U.S. domestic brie from a craft creamery. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on some kind of fruit. This is a dried mission fig. Yeah, I'll only do one. It's only half of one. It's cut open. So we'll see what happens here. Wow, the bland cracker and the dairy notes of the brie make the fig really pop. The fruitiness of the fig. And then another contrast is saltiness of the cheese and the lack of salt in the fig. It's just fruity and sweet. It's not a strong sweet, but that's the main thing you pick up. Wow, that's great. So definitely do that. So when these things go with one brie, they're very likely to go with lots of brie-like cheeses. So I'll grab a few of these sun-ripened, sun-dried tomatoes. Whoop! They're probably sun-ripened too because that's where they grow, in the sun. Any place that grows tomatoes has sun. So chopped up in little bits of sun-dried tomato. Tastes a little acidic, tastes a little tomatoey, and we'll find out how it gets along with the cracker and the cheese combination. Tomato really pops. It's a contrast with the saltiness of the cheese. There's a smokiness to the tomato because it's dried. That introduces a smoky flavor in an awful lot of vegetables. Chilies and peppers and tomatoes and other things end up tasting smoky or smelling smoky, you get a smoky sense, even though they haven't been smoked, they've just been dried. So that is a great contrasting combination with the Brie. And what else do I see? Macadamia nuts, blueberries. I'll go blueberries. Because I don't have much cheese here in my quarter that I allow myself to consume in a review. So there's a pretty good smear on a wheat cracker. And I'll do a blueberry or two. So let's go. Oh yeah. Fruity, fruity, fruity. Saltier cheese, a bland cracker. All the contrasts are just popping and bouncing out. So that's wonderful. So most of these things you could put on a cheese board with this particular kind of Brie, or a Brie, any Brie that's like this. So go for it. So, since I have no air conditioning here, I'm not interested in sticking around. I'm going to say this stuff is wonderful. Liz found it good enough to put in her book, and I found it good enough to mention and give it a thumbs up because it is just so tasty, so buttery, so dairy, and a little funky from the mushroom notes in the rind and how it ages. It is, it's getting softer and more fluid while it sits here. So before it runs all over the plate, I'm going to say goodbye for now and come back for more of these Brie-Like cheese reviews. And cheers.